doing a little bit of Twitch live streaming. So I thought we'd jump in here and have a little bit of a thing. I just realised my camera was... I haven't set my camera up, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So James, have you been playing this much yet?
I wouldn't say much, but I have been playing a little bit. I got through the tutorial, and then I played the first level, the raft, with Captain America earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going through the initial bit at the minute as Captain America before I can find you. Because obviously now we can now do the whole thing of playing it properly now, can't we?
Yes, we can, and everything will count.
Yes.
Why do I have a flamethrower? Oh.
Yeah, see, I must admit, I stopped playing about a week or two ago when I kind of got to that point in like, alright, I don't really want to waste any more time doing this because I'm going to have to do it all again anyway. So I've been waiting for this to kind of get underway.
Yeah, we'll call that beta syndrome or something like that.
Yeah, it's just... It's that kind of odd thing, isn't it? If not really wanting to duplicate everything. Ooh.
Yeah, because you're gonna play through the story plenty of times with all the different heroes. So.
Well, I'm at least. I know. Well, obviously going for different ones. I know I'm going to be playing through it at least twice of the raft bit because I want to do it under my like 2 different PSN accounts. So I at least want to get the trophies.
Right.
Because it's something I figured I'll at least kind of jump into
Time to
it.
call in the cavalry.
But those of us with early access kind of get it a week before everybody else, so that's kind of quite nice to kind of a nice way of doing it as well.
I owe you one, Tony.
Yeah, and they get a chance to do some final bug testing too, which it turns out was necessary because there were a couple bugs found this morning.
Yeah, I mean I think there was that big they changed some of the splinters, didn't they? And it kind of upset a lot of people straight off the bat.
They sure did. So the splinters, you get 400 of them for completing the tutorial. I'm sure you'll get it very shortly. And then it asks you to pick your first hero. And traditionally, even in the PC version for a number of years, 400 splinters is enough to get most of the characters.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, this morning everyone logged in, and oh my goodness, all the characters except for 3 cost like 570 or 525 splinters or something like that. Yeah. So you could only afford Squirrel Girl, Nova, and Angela. But they've said that was a mistake. Not the pricing, but the number of splinters, and it should either be fixed or will be shortly.
I mean, to be honest, I think as long as you get 500 or 525 when you start, I don't. The whole thing about upping it does make a lot of sense. If it's they need to make they obviously know that they need to make more money from it than they did and just upping the splint. Plus, they are dropping splinters faster in this game.
They are, and that was the thing. I was keeping track of the controversy this morning, and I think most people were upset by 2 things. One, that this was unannounced until the patch notes came out, so it was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
And then 2, there was that glitch where it was, or unintended whatever, where people were like, yeah, what am I supposed to buy here? So, going from a roster of 40 or so available heroes right out the gate to 3 is just terrible.
Yeah. It's that kind of odd thing. I mean, it's an odd one. I'm not...
It is. And I think it's just, it was an oversight. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt on it.
Yeah, I think as well as, it's still a free-to-play game, so it's very hard to be... I think there's that kind of thing of a lot of expectations for free. Okay, this is where I can switch, is it? Oh, I now have 400. It's still offering me 400 on this one now.
So it's not updated yet, but fortunately, Gazillion was nice enough to offer some promo things. So you've already got a couple characters unlocked.
Yeah. I've got a few of the founders packs. This is why I ended up with two accounts, because I kind of got my American account and my UK account, because turns out I think I'm going to need my US account a little bit more this year, especially like got Cars coming out next month, is like a month early, so I'm probably just going to buy that one. on the US and then get the Switch version in the UK when it comes out.
Dr. Octopus.
Sorry, I actually just missed what you were saying because I had to accept an invitation for the broadcast.
All right.
Shield has agents on site, but we need your
Okay.
help.
Which game were you talking about for the Switch?
Cars 3 is
Oh, yes, yeah.
yeah, so should be a little bit interesting because the movie's coming out, like the game's coming out like 5 weeks later for me. So I figured I might just have to buy the digital PS4 version and pick up the Switch version when it comes out officially. Right, I'm into
That's
the raft
probably
now.
going to be the easiest.
All right,
Alright,
what
so
I
I
am
think
gonna do is I'm just gonna turn down these effects a little bit more. I'll go down to 10.
that's probably a good idea.
Alright, what's voice? Oh, that's my voice. We don't want to be messing around with that. Right, okay, we are still as Hulk. Not that I really wanted a carrot, somehow. I could have changed when I was at the end of that New York one, but...
Yeah, and now you're still going to be stuck with the Hulk.
Yeah.
At least through the raft.
yeah. Oh, well.
But the plus side is, even if you didn't have him unlocked, you could still get him all the way up to level 10, and
Yeah.
these levels do count, so...
Yeah.
But Hulk is part of the Avengers pack, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's one of the 6 from that. It's not too bad.
I mean, he is strong. Can't argue that, so...
It's a real shame they just don't allow switching within game. It would have been...
Which is funny because in the PC they do within reason.
Yeah.
Might be system limitations, might just be a new design philosophy. Who knows?
Could be, I mean, I think because in some ways it makes it they don't want you switching with your life and stuff, but it would be nice
Right.
if you could kind of jump around a little bit more. Come on,
Or
smash
at least,
these guys.
at least be able to do it outside of combat. What's the harm in that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to think of other games that if you were in combat you couldn't do anything. There's been quite a few games like that. Kind of have to be in like a standard state.
Yeah, I guess it's all a design decision, all based on technical limitations, I suppose.
It's that kind of nice thing now, just feeling like, for me now, having the full console version is just something, it's just so much more easy to play. And so I
It
can
does
just
look
jump in
good
and
on the big screen.
It's just easier. It's just that kind of thing of, come here, you. It's funny because I had Injustice 2. It's been delivered, but it got delivered to work, and I actually went, well, 2 games on the same night, on the same day being released because it was later here in the UK. I thought, I'll just play Marvel Heroes tonight, and kind of.
I can't blame you.
What? If Injustice was here, I probably would have been inclined to probably have. I then I would have been at that kind of thing of like, what do I play?
But you don't have to. It's
Nah.
social.
Alright, let's get rid of that. Come on, get rid of you. I don't want to die. I don't want to die in the raft, that would be awful. Oh, I've died. Spoke too soon. Right. Right, here we go. Right, walk along here. I've done this raft so many times in the last couple of weeks. It's just like, oh.
Fortunately, they did say that you can skip the raft from now on after this, but you still do have to do Hell's Kitchen South and North and all that stuff. But you don't actually have to play the story at all if you don't want to. You can jump straight into Midtown, and then when you hit level 11, you can do operations.
I think for me, because I got to about chapter 4 or something in the PC zone, and I just kind of and then I sort of started reading all about the console version, and just stopped kind of bothering there at that point. I thought it was a little bit slower than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like a month or two, but I think it turned into like 6 months.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where I think that's the gazillion timeline. Over in programming, we often talk about Microsoft minutes, and when you're installing a computer, it says, "Oh, 10 minutes left," but it really means 20 or 25, and I think gazillion works on that time scale.
Well, I think the thing is for them is being such a smaller team, they've it's not quite as maybe not quite as easy as it is maybe as the bigger ones.
That's true, and also their team has changed a lot. So
Let's put the medallion on. There we go. I still haven't fully grasped the whole mechanics systems of all the gear and stuff. It still feels
Right.
very, very slightly complicated, especially when you start getting into having 5 or 6 characters, and you can't pick anything up because everybody else has got all the spots.
right, and this is the biggest issue with the game right now is the inventory, or lack of inventory, I should say.
I mean, it kind of makes sense if you haven't brought the character, but each character should be their own individual slot.
It should be, and in the PC version, each character at least has their own bank tab if you're willing to get the bank tab, but it normally is included in the character pack or the advanced pack. But there's not even an option for that here, so.
No, maybe I think they're also I read I think they're bringing in mystery boxes. I mean, we're going to talk probably a little bit more next week when we go for the podcast, but that does feel like a very big change to kind of the Overwatch kind of system.
Well, it's not even that they're going to bring it in. It is, in fact, you can go to the store right now and you can get loot boxes. I think they're 250 G points each, which is basically $2.50 American.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of potential costumes in them. A lot of the costumes that are available on PC already.
Yeah.
But you're not guaranteed to get a costume.
No.
And from all the people that I've read who've actually gotten them, I don't think I've actually heard a report of anyone getting one yet. So the drop rate is clearly very low.
Yeah, well, it's that odd thing of being able to buy them, but then they're just following what other consoles are doing, and so many other games. I mean, even Ubisoft the other day were talking about it. They're cutting back on how many they're making, but doing more microtransactions.
Yeah, and you mentioned Overwatch, and we've seen how popular the loot crates have been in those.
It's a bit like the only other one that I kind of bring that to is Disney Magic Kingdoms, which has kind of them, and I never. Oh, I've got my first trophy. Yeah, I've just
nice. Was that for beating the raft?
Yeah, trouble at the raft.
Yeah, but the thing with Disney Magic Kingdoms is at least. Well, I guess it's true in Overwatch too. You get plenty of free ones. I've never felt any need to buy one.
Right, here we go. Oh, there's... Right, let's change
the cutscene.
Yeah, right. So now I'm in the waypoint. So now let's jump in and let's have a look and see at some of these changes. So inventory, buffs, currency. Yeah, so I got my 4... so I got all my G balance. I got 6. I think it's 6. Just about to see it. 6,000 Gs from all my things. So that's all come back in. 400 splinters, and I got all the boosts. Oh, and I've just received an invitation from you. So I don't know what that is. So must be from a while ago. Yeah. So we don't worry.
Oh no, I just sent it. But
all right. Let's have a look here. So there's all. That has been changed. Let's have a look at the social. Is it? What's that? Oh, is that what? Oh, yeah, that's what we're in. Okay, so. Oh, I suppose I have to find you, don't I? I have to accept that invitation. Here we go. I'm just coming in, and we're just joining up, with you now.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go. So we're coming into this one now.
Oh, hi, there you are. I see you.
Okay, there I am. So let's report to Marie Hill. Right, okay. Ooh, that's because I'm in the wrong one. Right, there we go. Right, so what was I? I was going to look in the store, see what this new thingamajiggy is. Store. Okay, so there's 30 heroes and 60 costumes. So they have redesigned it.
Well, they definitely redesigned it for for this interface, which is a much better interface for the console.
Yeah. It's kind of that thing I've got. It's that thing of do I buy characters or do I buy slots with my Gs? That's what I'm more interested in.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where in a game like this, I strongly encourage anybody to be like, pick up the character that you want.
Yeah.
Don't worry about if they're going to be super powerful or underpowered or anything like that. You can worry about min-maxing for raids some other time if that's the way you like to play.
You got the storage increase starter for 500. You've got, doesn't actually really give a lot of information on what they actually do, does it?
No, and that's kind of frustrating.
Oh yeah, the big one does increase you by 50 slots.
Well, the big one increases your bank stash, and the small one increases your actual carry inventory.
Oh yeah.
But it's a little deceptive because it charges you 200 for the first inventory increase, but if you want to buy an additional one on top of that, it jumps the price up to 500.
All right. Okay. Okay. So here we've got the loot boxes. So we've got 5 for 200. Sorry, 5 for 1,000. I wish they did it. This is when I hate it with video games, of when they don't do it in real money and they do it in currencies to hide it. Okay, so here we go. So, in the Marvelous loot box, we've got Iron Spider-Man, Deadpool Unmasked, and Iceman Age of the Apocalypse costumes. Okay, I suppose it's that thing. If you're gonna have to get something in it, but you get flourishes, boosts, crafting materials, all of which are completely useless. But can you actually?
Well, I mean, yeah, the flourishes can look cool, but they don't do anything. But then again, the costumes, which are the real draw, don't do anything either. No. They're all cosmetic.
You can I see here. So you can buy the Amazing Spider-Man costume for 950C or G, but the loot box exclusive Iron Man one literally is loot box exclusive. Okay, I guess that's where they're gonna kind of start. So you can at least buy lots of the different costumes.
Yes, every character has at least one other costume that you can get.
Yeah. Right, that's what I wanted to change my character.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this up because we were just talking about the Eternity Splinter thing, and literally while we were streaming here, a statement has come out.
All right.
So anybody who logs in this weekend, I assume starting shortly from now, in addition to the 400 Eternity Splinters that you get for completing the tutorial, you will get a 500 Eternity Splinter package in your delivery box. So everybody who plays this weekend will get 900 Eternity Splinters.
Oh, that definitely sounds to me like there's been a mistake,
a mix-up of some sort.
Yeah.
And this is good.
Yeah.
This is good because, if people like us, we logged in, we only got the 400 Eternity Splinters, and we said, screw it, I'm just going to get Squirrel Girl because I'm so frustrated. That means we spent the splinters. They obviously can't refund that. But now with 500 splinters on top of that, we could still get another character because that'll be enough to get one of the regularly priced characters.
I mean, I think this week is not really the major issue because most of us playing will have had to have brought in or have done one of the GameSpot codes to get in. So
right.
I suppose the GameSpot counts. I don't know if they actually included anything in there, did they?
No, there were no characters at all in the GameSpot. It was just the ability to play. So if you were playing in the early access here with a GameSpot code, then you had to get one of those 3 characters, or you had no characters so you could level above level 10. And I'm sure that annoyed a lot of people. Oh, there's somebody over here. He's got the loot box exclusive Iron Spidey costume, which is kind of cool. He's standing over by the teleport pad.
Yeah, it's that kind of weird thing, isn't it? Of, on one hand, this is a free-to-play game, and therefore it comes with issues. Right.
Yeah, but also, these days, so do the games that you buy.
Yeah, no.
So
it's not the easiest.
I think I'll leave this conversation on deep background.
Right, where do we go? I forgot. We've got to start chapter 1, really, isn't it? Waypoint Avengers story prologue of rafting pad. Oh, have I got to do it again?
You don't have to do the. You shouldn't have to do the raft. Oh, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's try this. I'm going to go to Hell's Kitchen South, and you're gonna try to teleport to me.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so I am in Hell's Kitchen South. You should be able to do this with the social tab from your
Yeah.
touchpad menu.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Teleport.
And then you
This-
click on my name,
Yeah.
or
There we go.
and it teleports. So let's see if this works.
Yeah, it was, I still, some of the menus are still really small. I mean, I'm playing on a
Hey, there you are.
what 49-inch screen. I mean, obviously Twitch takes up the top and the bottom a bit, but
Seriously, Bruce, call me.
it
I know
is
an excellent
new delivery
therapist.
item. I got a combination boost, whatever that is, right?
A combination boost is pretty cool. It actually is an experience boost, as well as it increases the amount of gold that drops. It gets you legendary coins, and then if you kill enough enemies while you have the combination boost going,
It's an honor to meet
you'll get a special loot box, which has some very cool stuff in it. Not any costumes, but like items for your character and whatnot. I would probably save those until you're much higher level, though, and just use regular experience boosts. Can you actually come down? Okay.
No, I got
I
stuck.
wasn't sure if you could
the
or
door
not.
got stuck. I was like,
Now, were you able to get the mission from Coulson while you were up there, or
yeah, he spoke
is it
to
still
me.
telling you got to do the? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we got to go find the homeless shelter.
Yeah, see, I've got to speak to Maria Hill in the Avengers Tower.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to teleport back, and then
Yeah,
you can
I'm-
teleport here, just to.
Oh, see, and I've now
To
known
advance the story.
I now know at least the fact that if I hold down the down button, I will teleport back there.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, there she is, right by the plane.
Not waste my time, Stark.
There we go.
Say, Nova, what OS do you have running that suit anyway?
Right, now it'll let me in. So chapter 1, kitchen south. There we go. See, that's if you tried to jump a step, it was like, nope, not doing it.
How dare you try to think for yourself?
Yeah, it's like heaven forbid you've been playing it for 2-3 weeks. Right, here we go. Right, let's take a review. So I'm playing as Iron Man because I think he's a good sort of starting up character. I think.
He is. I actually quite like him. I think he needs a bit of a boost, but not much, not a big one. Like, I think his damage output's a little on the low side. Let's throw a car at that dude.
We've got Hulk running in as well.
And somebody playing Ant-Man over here, so...
Yeah, I think. Although,
So I remember when the...
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. No. Say that I remember when the PC version launched, and you had the 5 starting characters. I think it was Daredevil, Storm, maybe Scarlet Witch, and everybody was those characters because nobody had spent any money on the game. So you just had hundreds of Storms and Things and Scarlet Witches running around.
Well, I think we're probably going to see a lot of Daredevil in about a week or two. When
Not
he's
even
free.
that long, probably on the 23rd, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to see lots of people playing as him. And there also, I think there's a lot of people saying there's probably going to be a lot of War Machines running around.
Right, which makes sense because he is the cheapest of the packs,
Yeah.
so he's the best deal.
And he
And
was
there's 2 Jean Greys right here.
it's cool, and I think it's well in some. It's it should be kind of fun to see how this works out this week.
And obviously, launch issues aside, we'll see how it goes next week and whatnot. We obviously really want this to succeed because the more it succeeds, the more content we get, and hopefully they get their license renewed when that comes up.
It's that kind of weird thing in some ways. I almost feel like you've got to treat it like it's a brand new game. Especially if you're a console owner, you are. But I noticed we still got the beta sign.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that. It does still have it. I mean, I think technically they're considering this open beta right
Yeah.
now, but
Early access.
where'd you go off to? Oh, there you go.
I'm up.
Yeah, I got you. You know, if you push down on the right thumbstick, it'll move the map into an overlay.
Oh yeah. I was just funny last night. Finally, I got my wife to actually start playing, to go on the Switch, because we've got her to play a bit of Tetris Puyo Puyo as a demo, and then I got her to do a bit of Mario Kart, and it was so funny. Just kind of I don't think I got her to manage to play a console game since we first like started dating, and she kind of put up with a bit of it, but it was so funny trying to, especially because she plays Tetris all the time on her iPhone. She loves the game, so she was fine. She didn't really have a problem with that. But once I put it on the battle mode where we were jumping between the two games, she got so frustrated with it. It was quite funny. And then
I tried the demo for that, and it's pretty sadistic. So
I'm actually going to be honest. I will be. I wasn't going to get it. I'm going to wait till it comes down the price a bit, but I need to get it for our holiday next because I think it's going to be a good plain thing to do when we're waiting around in the airport. I was dead against picking it up, but 20 minutes playing with my wife was just like, yeah, this is a good traveling game for us because she'll actually play this.
Tetris has just traditionally been a good game for traveling. Oh, you got your missile launcher, I see.
Yeah, I'm just running around and can I get... I've been playing Uncharted 4 all week, so it's like trying to remember where all the control buttons are.
Yeah, I need to get back into Uncharted 2, but between this and Injustice, I'm probably set for a while.
And it's literally like... Well, Injustice apparently is only a 4-hour mission, but...
Well, the thing about Injustice, and we'll, I guess, maybe talk about it on the podcast this week, is that the story's only, 5 or 6 hours long at most, but thanks to the Watchtower and the gear customization and everything you can do with your characters.
Boom is my favorite sound.
I think for me it's that thing of, I suspect once I get to its main mode, that'll probably be most of my thing done. I'm very, very tempted still with Street Fighter 2, so I'm kind of... I'm like, it's because it's my birthday, the end of the month, so I was like, what game do you want? I'm like, because you normally get, and I'm going, Horizon Zero Dawn, please. So that'll probably be June sorted.
And I have to admit, I stay away from asking for like video games and stuff for birthday, but this year I'm asking for that Lego Apollo 11 thing that's coming out at the beginning of June. I got to get that. I'm a huge space nerd as well.
Go on, try
Got some turkey splinters. Okay, this is where it gets a lot easier for me because I had to just...
And there's 2 of us this time.
Yeah. I think I'm still in level 1.
Yep, you are. Ow.
I think that's the issue. I think with that, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of other people that do that that Age of Ultron bit at the beginning and end up sort of sticking with whatever character, the Hulk at the end.
Although hopefully, thanks to the change with the Eternity Splinters, people will actually buy a character, and then they'll be able to use that right out of the raft.
I mean, I think with 900, if they're 525, the main character.
Yeah, there's plenty of options. I think you, even if you get all 900, you might even be able to get like Spider-Man or Deadpool with that. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Let's see what the boys in R&D whipped up.
I think, yeah, you could probably even get like Nova and another character at the same time.
Actually, that's true. Nova and a regularly priced one. I mean, that is the point, in case people actually purchased one before the change was made. So, And yeah, Nova's an awesome character. I think he's actually considered a very powerful character, even at like the end game level. So
He was kind of gonna, because it's that kind of thing of like trying to choose of like, oh, actually saving up splinters for someone like Nova, etc. is probably a good thing to kind of do the grind for, because they're so much lower.
right.
A little bit more sort of. If you save up for 525, oh, I've got a lot to save. I'm not too worried because I've got quite a few of the founders packs, so I'm not.
Right. I mean, we do, but that's
Yeah.
not going to be everyone's experience, obviously. But having said that, you know, if they follow the PC model, they will be giving away stuff. Maybe not characters or whatever, but they'll be giving away stuff all the time. So
I'm wondering if they're going to might go down the loot box stuff. Oh, you come in this weekend, you go for a loot box.
that would be nice. Maybe they were planning to, but now that they're adding Eternity Splinters in this weekend, maybe not. I did see, which was pretty cool, for the PC version, you know, the anniversary is coming up for a year, and everyone is getting a Cosmo pet who logs in that weekend. So Cosmo was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
It's that kind of odd thing. I mean, in some ways, like team-ups and pets. I don't know if that's like something that they're going to add later on. It wouldn't surprise me. I think it's a case of just get the game out and get it working and worry about the extra stuff later.
I think they've said they don't have any plans for team ups, but if people, you know, enough people say they want them, I'm sure they'll put them in. I would be amazed if they didn't put the pets in though. It's such an easy cash grab.
Yeah.
And there's so many cute animals and various things. You've got like Frog Thor and Lucky from Hawkeye and Dupe and cats and all sorts of things, and people just go nuts for buying those kind of things. So
yeah, I mean, I personally, for me, the thing is with team ups, I didn't like it when they picked team ups that you couldn't play as. It was always a bit like, well, you know, you want to play as those characters, you know, Jubilee or something like that. It's like the really playable characters would be a lot, and you know, there's character designs there.
right, and I mean, the main reason obviously they didn't was it's a lot more intensive work to do a full character, because you got to get their gear, you have to figure out where they fit in the power scale. I'm sure you have to do far more number of powers for them. As a comics fan, it was nice to have the team ups, because then you could have characters who would be lower demand, who, you know, maybe wouldn't sell very well as full releases, but you could still get them. Like for me, I'm a big fan of Firestar. I loved watching her on, you know, Amazing Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends or whatever, but she's not a very popular character, so creating her as a full character would be a waste of money for Marvel and Gazillion. Although, maybe we will now, since they're replacing all the Fantastic Four characters. They could swap her in for the Human Torch. Just saying.
I think they're going to end up bringing a lot of these extra characters in anyway, but maybe more year 2, year 3 console mode, because they've used up so many of the core ones. And they're probably going to end up using these characters somewhere in some of their television show, I suspect.
Right, and I mean, they've got a lot of television shows coming out next year, both animated and live action, you know, Cloak and Dagger, The New Warriors, all that stuff.
I mean, it depends, I suppose, with the X-Men, whether or not they go down with the ones from The Gifted and, what's the other one? There's the other movie that they did.
The Inhumans?
No, there's the you've got the Gifted TV show. You've also got the Runaways.
The New Mutants. The Runaways. Right. Yeah, with or without the Velociraptor. The Velociraptor, another pet.
Yeah, I think the dinosaur will be a little bit of an overstretch for the TV show.
Probably, but maybe they'll at least have it in some form.
I think it'd be. I mean, I'm still a little bit overwhelmed with I mean, I just saw a trailer. Was it for another DC one? Can't think of what it was. The electric guy.
Black Lightning?
Yeah. I mean, just like...
I didn't realize they'd released a trailer for him.
Just like, you're getting really desperate. We're really starting to run the bottom of the barrel here.
Right, and the interesting thing about that one is he's not even going to be part of the larger universe. They're keeping him separate from the Arrow and Flash and whatnot TV shows, so we'll see what happens.
I suppose they have to give him a bit of time to kind of get established.
Yeah, I think they got to decide whether or not he's going to have an audience or not. We'll see. I mean, it's them taking a risk, so.
I mean, I'm more excited about the Inhumans show because considering that was supposed to be a movie and IMAX are paying for it as well. It's not. I don't think it's going to be quite as cheap.
Yeah, and they are releasing the first 2 episodes of that in IMAX as a combined show, kind of like they did with the Clone Wars all those years.
Daredevil was so overstretched sometimes with that 13 episode, and I've just caught up with all my episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I had backed up, but I think we're quite a bit behind the US one because we've literally just gone into Hydra parallel universe kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you still got several episodes to go, and I think this past week was actually the end of the season here in America.
Yeah. Well, our networks don't like your mid-season breaks. When they start,
we don't like them either.
They like to just keep going. So sometimes we get them day and day, and we're getting that a lot more. I think they're realizing everyone's just streaming them anyway.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think social media is promoting these things all the time. There's nothing worse than a new episode's out that's not out for months.
Yeah, exactly. And we hate mid-season breaks here too. It's like either just give us the whole season or wait until it's done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it definitely feels like they just drop everything for Christmas and like New Year and.
Right.
But I definitely feel like S.H.I.E.L.D. is just. It could really do with being shortened.
I agree. Actually, a lot of these shows I could definitely. It's one thing I like about your shows over in the UK is they typically are only between like 6 and 10 episodes a season.
Actually, sometimes it's getting even less than that now. Sometimes it is three episodes.
Right.
But it's primarily 6, which
is a good amount of time for a TV show.
It is, except for when they only do like 2 seasons and then kind of end it because the actor wants to do something else, and it's a bit like
fair enough.
And then they go, it was the best season ever, and you're going, well, an American series would have had like 1 season as equivalent to 5 of ours.
That's true. I remember watching Sherlock. Did I just lose connection? Oop, no. Watching Sherlock and seeing it go from like, there's only 3 episodes, but
yeah, well, they're like 90-minute long ones because they decided rather than doing 6 1-hour ones, it's the same amount of time, but they give a bit longer, and it does work so much better.
Right, and when I first watched it, I didn't realize that. I was like, what? Only 3 episodes? And then I watched the first one, like, well, this is actually very good quality, and it's almost movie length long, so I was okay with that after that. But that's also not the norm for you guys. Most of your shows are right about an hour, but another thing I like about your shows are when they say they're an hour long, they actually are at least around 50-something minutes long.
Well, it depends. If it's a BBC show, then it will be whatever. We don't have adverts because we pay like it's the law. You have to pay for it, and that's funds the BBC. So there's no commercials on the whole network because everyone has to pay an annual fee regardless if you watch it or not.
Yeah, and I mean, I get like the argument of why should I pay for something I'm not using or whatever, but you know, sitting down and having a show that is actually an hour or 55 minutes or whatever it ends up working out to is pretty nice.
I mean, we always find it when we go out. I could, you know, you sit down to watch a show and you have Americans they have like an extra two commercial slots than we do, and it's just like
Yeah.
when you get a trailer like before you've actually even got into the show.
This is why I try not to watch shows live. At the very least, I can fast forward through them at the moment.
Well, that's the thing now. I think with DVRs, it's kind of changed it all, but more importantly, I think they're all struggling now with this concept of trying to change how you do it.
Yeah.
I saw this week that WWE are changing it, so I think instead of going to a commercial break during the matches, they're just going to do split screen.
That's weird.
I watch it all on YouTube now because I can watch a 3-hour Raw show in about 25 minutes.
That sounds like American football to me.
Yeah, it's so much
It'll
easier.
take 4 hours, but you only get 11 minutes of actual gameplay.
Waypoint unlocked. Chapter 2. That's where I am. Okay. Nightclub district. Right, here we go. Lazy people dancing.
Ooh, I got the laser cutter.
Get it. There we go. Good.
You know, it felt like for a little while there we were between good games and there would be a chance to catch up on games, and now we're back into a lot of games coming out in a very short period of time.
I mean, it's like, yeah, we've got Injustice, then I'm obviously going to pick up Horizon Zero, because I didn't pick it up because I knew I was getting Zelda. It was like there was just no point getting them two within a week of each other.
Right.
Then I got Cars. Cars 3. I'm still very, very. I'm not sure. Arms. I'm gonna wait till they've played the demo.
Or the stress test or whatever it is they're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on the stress test because Arms really doesn't appeal to me. But I like that they're doing it. I like they did it for Splatoon as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna because Splatoon nearly got me to get a week because I wanted to play it. So I did one of the stress tests. So I'm gonna definitely pick that one up.
And I am struggling with War Machine without an ability to dissipate my heat. Should unlock in a couple of levels, but man, he has an ability where he builds up heat over time as he's attacking, and eventually he overheats, and you can no longer use pretty much any of his moves while you're overheated, and it's really annoying.
Definitely, I'm up to level 5. It definitely feels like he's leveling up quite nicely this way. Faster, I think he's a lot faster than the Petros.
Yeah.
Plus, you're taking
Well,
out.
I mean, the best way to level up, if you want just to like the fastest way, is to do the story mode, skip all of these little miniature fights like we're doing, and just go straight to the bosses, go straight to the story pieces, because you get a lot of experience for finishing the story.
I just still remember trying to play this with my laptop touchpad. It was so bad. Trying to put, every blast took like so much effort.
I could believe it.
Here we go. Right. Let's...
Meteorite dust.
It does feel, I mean, to me it does feel the game is very much like while they're doing all this, I am wondering if they're working on content for next year.
I mean, that is the big question. They could certainly... They could be doing something where they're just saying, we've already got all this content, it's not out on the PlayStation, it's not out on the Xbox One, so, you know, whatever, we don't need to make new content, we're just adapting the old content, but...
No, I have a... I mean, they're bringing stuff to it, but I think they know that they need to get this game out onto PC, onto consoles.
Yeah, it would be a mistake to take next year off, just in general.
Like I said to you before, you know, they've got all these heroes and costumes. If they bring out like even one a week on console, it's going to feel very, very busy. It's essentially like catching.
Yeah, that would actually be too much. But what they need to do is make sure that they mix in truly new stuff with the re-releases. So, die, guys.
My problem is, I think the trouble is, I mean, this whole thing of jumping back into games and stuff. I have a tendency that I finish a story mode, and
you're done,
and I'm done. I move on. I don't just sit there grinding and grinding away on the same game for weeks and months at a time. Just I suppose it did for Disney Infinity, but that's about the only game I ever did.
But this is why this game is so good for that, is, you know, you get your one free character, you go in, you hop in, do the story mode, and if that's the way you play the game, then
yeah, you're done.
Fantastic. You don't ever have to touch it again, because the story mode doesn't change for every character, it's the same. So the only incentive is to get in there, to grind, to do the end game or whatever, and if that's not how you play, then cool, you got to play this game for free and then move on with your life.
I think for me it'll be one of those things I will jump in and out of when there's new content. I mean, I quite like the idea of when they do, like, I mean, I don't think they're doing it on this yet, but do like the one-day event, the weekend of terminal events, and
right. And I mean, they're going to have to at some point, because that is the bread and butter of MMOs. That consistent, ooh, I need to log in right now for this limited time event. Whether or not the event's coming back is a completely different matter.
Yeah. I mean, there's, you know, like I said, there's so many games, you know. I'm getting to that point now where I'm feeling like I'd much rather spread out and have a lot more experience. Ooh. Another trophy.
Ooh.
Right, okay.
Dr. Octopus.
Okay, right. Just quickly there, just did I save my video that I'm recording at the same time, just in case. And there we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Always need those backups.
Okay, what are we doing next?
Well, I'm equipping my missile pod because I need to do that. And then we're talking to Clea right over here.
Set up my boots. Oh, look at all these stupid boots. I have a Dr. Octopus medal. I have my repulsors. There we go. They aren't going to do a player versus player mode, though, are they?
There is a PvP mode in the PC version, but it's terrible. It has always been terrible, and that's not even just me being like, oh, I don't like PvP, which is true. This is from all the people who do like PvP saying, no, this is terrible. So it exists, but unless they're going to overhaul it completely, I wouldn't hold my breath.
No. So it looks like right, okay. So
although,
what's this artifact? Okay.
Yeah, they'll increase your melee. It is worth noting though that PvP does tend to be more important on the console market.
Yeah.
A lot of people who want to tell you exactly what they're doing to your mom last night and all that. But so I think if they're if they're going to focus on PvP, or if they're going to advertise it, then they need to get on that, because it is a selling point of MMOs.
If Cap vouches for you, I guess you're okay.
And more than that, you know, they're going to be going up. You know, Path of Exile is going to have its release at some point.
Yeah, I saw something about that because I know I've seen quite a few other Heroes players have moved over to that.
I mean, it's another MMO in the Diablo style, and it's much more akin to Diablo. I think actually a lot of Diablo players prefer it to Diablo 3. So, all right, so we got to talk to Maria Hood. Hill.
Yeah, I'm just in amongst all the.
Oh no, I was just selling all my stuff.
All right. I just delete it when I'm not worried about it at the moment. It's like see, I think that is the big issue. I think from games like Ultimate Alliance stuff, all that extra stuff. It's a little bit over the top of people. I think for those console players, it's not going to be an issue.
Right. Ooh, chainsaws. Hanging out with Spider-Man right here.
I think it's that competitive thing of if you wanna have the biggest, best roster and all that kind of. You've got every character up to 60, and you've got lots of points.
And there are people who love doing that kind of thing, absolutely. You know, they're just completionists and they want to do everything, so more power to them. The good news is for completionists, for people who like achievements and trophies and stuff, I think, as far as I know, none of the trophies are character specific, so...
No, I mean, I think...
So you don't have to worry about that.
Get a lot of the trophies just playing for free. I saw...
I think you can get all of them for free, as long as you're willing to put the time in.
I saw Greg Miller tweeted at saying he can get his trophies for it now. Because I know he loves his trophies.
There are a lot of people who love collecting trophies and achievements, or you know, whatever reward system you've got.
It's funny for me. It's like I just play like, oh, I got one. I don't even acknowledge the fact that I actually have to try and find them.
Sometimes I'll occasionally look them up and be like, oh, okay, that sounds like kind of fun. I'll try to do that one or whatever. But these days I don't really follow it all that much. Do we want to take on the Rhino here, or do we want to?
Where's Rhino? Oh, it's just this.
He's right over here.
Yeah.
He's an optional villain. Let's take him down.
You can tell there's a lot of people at the same stage. Because I don't think I've ever seen story mode this full of people playing.
Right. I think a lot of people are, you know, getting home from work and wanting to try this out. Plus, a lot of people played it in the open beta, or the closed beta, sorry. So they know what to do and where to go. Oh, that's right. I have my machine guns now, don't I? The power of Grayskull.
Yeah. We actually got to Rhino yet.
Now we have to take down 30 of these thugs, I guess. Sorry. Attacked by my cat.
Get away, get away. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now I see.
That's cool. He's got his own little intro. Get out of the way. Ow.
Sorry, he's distracted with you, so that's alright.
Yep. That's fine. I'll distract him. You hit him with your laser beams.
Look at that. Did you hear that Tom Hardy is going to be the new Venom?
Tom Hardy is going to be Venom?
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, I could see him as Venom. He's a good actor, so to be able to pull it off, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, he almost got you there.
Just like I planned it.
I'm wondering whether I would not be surprised if they did a
Venom? I mean, they could
maybe-
certainly tease it.
well, they could bring in the just maybe just bring it to Earth or do something.
Certainly. Or you know what? If we're gonna do the alien symbiote era, then doing it as part of the Infinity Wars would make sense too.
I'm as much as it's supposed to be part of a separate universe, I have a feeling it's going to be kind of connected. Because
Yeah, that's true. So we'll see.
I just find it very difficult to believe that Marvel would be like, yeah, we'll have Spider-Man, but you can use all your villains. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. It just seems a bit odd. And you can't do Venom without Spider-Man. It just seems pointless. You know, you've got to set them up.
The real question is, do you then eventually do Carnage as well? Because Carnage is actually a fairly popular character in his own right, and he will be added actually to the Marvel Heroes PC roster. So
he's come. Yeah. Well, I suspect he'll be on console at the same time. I suspect.
yeah, I guess that's the real question: is he going to come to consoles at the same time? Are they going to try to do that as a parody thing? We don't know. We don't know what the roadmap is for the console games yet.
I think they're going to be, I mean,
Pretty much lockstep.
because it's going to get confusing for people if they play a new character not out, and this whole thing about, oh, there's an event going on but it's only on PC, and you know, it's going to get confusing.
That is true. You know, it would be kind of annoying for players either on the console to be like, oh, Carnage is coming out. Oh, wait. No, not this year. Oh, well.
It's like all this event stuff, these weekend things, you know. I don't know if they're gonna, if they will eventually come over.
I mean, I hope they do, because it is a large part of, you know, what encourages people to continue playing. Like, I will play the PC version of Marvel Heroes every Monday, because they have Midtown Monday every Monday, and whether or not I'm like actively playing the game, it is something that's fun to do.
I mean, it just feels like it's not the right time for them to do it yet.
But they probably will pretty quickly.
Eternity Splinter, that one, cool.
Yeah, absolutely pick up everyone.
Get rid of all the droids before we can go anywhere near it. There we go. I'm level 8 already. Nice, this is certainly seems to be working. Here we go.
Zap to the face.
I love this like unibeam kind of move. It's like
Yeah, it's. Do you have to charge that one up? I can't remember.
you can charge it to get it stronger, yeah, but you use it more with power.
Yeah.
Come on, there we go. My armor's trashed. Go back. Yes, alright, that worked alright.
Definitely think you level a little bit faster with a second player
Yeah.
playing in co-op.
Well, it's not so much to say. It's just like it takes you twice half the amount of time. Because even if even if you're not even necessarily getting any more drops, it's just it takes you so much less time.
I do need to remember to make sure that I actually remember to check my gear at some point too.
Oh yeah, so it's just my inventory. What have we got in here?
And you got to make sure you don't run out of inventory.
Alright, oh yeah, what have we got here? So, right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright, that's level 5, that's level 7, we'll have that boot. We get rid of that boot, we get rid of that boot. Why I need 7 pairs of boots, I don't know.
Well, I mean, Iron Man, he is rich, so
Yeah.
eccentric. We'll just go with eccentric.
Okay, I've got most of my moves are all starting to rack up quite nicely. I actually get to a point where I'll actually have to choose what I want.
Oh yeah, getting there. I've only got one more, one more skill, and then I'm full up on my hot buttons.
Oh yeah, level 9.
Nice. And then level 10, you can start flying as well.
So it's little things like that, which you consider to be like just moves that you wouldn't have regardless, like Hulk jumping and Spider-Man swinging.
Yep.
You don't expect to kind of have to grind through. I think as well the Marvel guys are obviously going to be paying attention, because obviously in some ways this is, because it's being an MMO, it kind of slides into a different category than Infinite and Spider-Man and Avengers and stuff.
Right, and it's a different gameplay style as well, so... Although I'd be thrilled if they would have a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're gonna. If this thing brings in the money, I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, no, I don't actually think that that's in their plans right now, and I don't blame them for it not being. But having said that, I would be happy if they did.
And it depends, I suppose, if it's Activision that have the rights to doing it.
True. It looks like, I mean, they might. EA has all the Star Wars stuff licensed up, but the Marvel licenses seem to be all over the board. So.
Yeah, I'm wondering with that. Can't see them doing that with Star Wars when that deal expires. I think they're going to want a lot more than they're getting out of EA.
Well, they need to up their game. EA needs to up their game.
Well, I just think one game a year is not probably in Disney's interest.
True. But as long as they can make sure the games are top quality, you know, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see what the plans are.
I think it's more just the fact that you're not getting a lot of choice.
Right.
I think that's,
and not every game is going to appeal to every player, so...
You know, like, Star Wars Battlefront is so different to, like, a pod racer or a fighting game or a you know, like something like the Knights of the Republic or something like that over.
Right. And we'll see what happens with Knights of the Old Republic too, or at least the MMO for it. That'll be an interesting one to see if its license continues or if they scrap it in favor of another MMO. Especially since it's no longer continuity. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that was kind of the big problem, I think, is, you know, going forward. But at the end of the day, people have put so much time into it. But then they could probably do I think if it was built today, it would be on consoles anyway.
Probably. I think the MMO market on consoles is really going to grow.
I think it depends really what the Xbox decides. If they go down like a Steam machine kind of thing.
Right, and you know they got the Scorpio, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what that's like.
It just if they, if they get the keyboard and stuff situation sorted on it, because I know you can do it on PlayStation, it's a bit different. But if it just becomes like a glorified PC, it could easily stuff could come over to it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what Microsoft wants. They want people to just be like, yep, just develop it for the PC and it comes over to the Xbox automatically. Because that's just more sales in their pockets.
Basic interface and that's it.
Yeah.
Because it was odd that Xbox didn't get... They had an extra month for this game. They don't get it till end of June.
Right. And on the other hand, they also don't get a beta. It's just going to go into straight release. I think they confirmed that earlier today.
Yeah.
There is no beta for the Xbox version.
I suppose we all tested it for them, so they...
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing else here. We just got to grab the treasure chest here.
Alright, where's the treasure chest?
It's right where I am.
Let's see where you are. Alright.
I'm to your southeast. Now to your... You could use the map.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Open this up.
Ooh, level 10.
Hey, I just had a great
Nice.
idea.
So you
Ooh,
can fly.
I can fly.
You can fly. You can
Oh,
fly.
yeah, now we can go.
Fly.
Oh, that definitely speeds it up a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it speeds it up a lot. Especially in like Midtown, when
Yeah.
you maybe have to run to get to the villains very quickly. It's absolutely important.
There we go.
Sorry, not happening.
Right. See you later, Spidey. It's not only that, it's that thing as well of it's that illusion of the character as well, isn't it?
Right. Because what's the point of being Iron Man or War Machine if you can't fly? Or Spider-Man without web slinging? It just misses the point completely.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's like the Disney Infinity kind of just flying over it.
I had a graphics glitch. It looked like you were running through the air.
I gotta be careful when I'm starting to fly. I keep bringing up the teleportation back to
Ha.
it gets about halfway and then it kind of drops out. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go back there. Yeah, there we go. Construction zone.
The Taskmaster tape.
Yeah, let's get back.
I actually like the Taskmaster tape, but I've seen it several times.
Yeah, it's that it's that kind of thing as well. It's all good to watch, but I think once you've seen it a few times, it's like, because I think like I said, I think like chapter 3, I think it was from that point on, I'm kind of new territory.
Right. And we're only in chapter... Heck, I think we're in chapter 2 right now. That's right. The battle with Shocker ends the first chapter.
I'd sing some Black Sabbath, but the bean counter said we spend all our money on writers. What a waste.
Oh, I just realized my inventory is very low.
I was having a look before we went on. I was like, how do I stream and live chat stuff? And like with if you use the Elgato was going to be like I needed other cables, and it was like that's not going to work. It's like oh, no, don't do that.
The joys of streaming.
Mm. Oh, we go for the pipe. And I thought that with moving house, we've just got just boxes everywhere. So it's like, yeah, well, we won't bother with the camera because it's all over the place.
I've still got boxes from my move that I haven't unpacked yet. I should probably do that at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to come. I was like boxing stuff away like this afternoon. I'm like, right, what cables do I definitely need over there? Like literally like, right, Yeti's out. Yeah, we need my Elgato card and every other cable we can put away.
Cables breed like rabbits too.
Yeah. All my family cannot understand why I've got so many cables for everything. Yet when they need a cable, who do they always come asking rather than going to the shop to buy one?
And now we're gonna have to upgrade all of our cables to USB-C at some point.
Well, yes, because it came with the Switch on that.
Yeah, the Switch had a USB-C, and that's the only piece of equipment I have with one right now. But I have to admit, it's nice. You don't have to play this, is it right side up, is it right side down kind of thing.
Well, it's like just noticing now of like trying to get stuff with USB 3. Because I've got a new USB
Right.
to carry all these like videos to work rather than just transferring them. And it's like now it's like, yeah, just buy the more expensive 3 because it will save you time.
So much time. I remember when I first started doing Disney Infinity videos, and I would just record them on the PlayStation, and I would transfer them to my computer to do editing on them. And I had a USB 2.0, and it would literally take hours to transfer those videos.
Well, I was doing this with Marvel here. I was like, why is it taking so long? And then I realised my last one was I had lost was the 3, and I was like, like it is quite just like, oh, okay. And like now I've got
sorry, go ahead.
I've got the USB drive which this game's installed on. I mean that uses a completely different cable. Another USB 3, like a big. I don't know. I'd be lost without this hard drive now on my PlayStation.
I had to delete stuff to download the patch for this game, so I think I'm going to be keeping an eye on the sales for a good 1 or 2 terabyte USB 3 drive.
Yeah, I picked up a 3 terabyte USB drive, and it's like I could literally go in and download all the little games off the PlayStation. You know, just things like this I can leave on there now rather than I was getting to the point I got Uncharted 4 just before I got the drive, and literally like I had to delete half the games just to get it on there. Like, I mean, WWE was like a 70 gig down install, and can't get too many of them on a computer.
No. And it took Sony forever to offer external hard drive support too. It's a real pain.
I think why the Lego Dimensions, I think, keep taking all the upgrades constantly.
I actually, Lego Dimensions was one of the ones I cleared off my PlayStation. I realized with that game probably being dead now, I don't think I'm ever going to actually go and finish the parts that I never finished the first time through.
When I was packing this afternoon, I opened up a box from. I'd been in there since we moved in, and I had the ET box that I got for Christmas, and it was still in the box, and I'm like, oh. And then I found the Sonic one that I hadn't played. I'm going, oh my! I've got like 5 packs here that I've not even opened. And there I was in the store yesterday. They were buy one get one free in Sainsbury's. I'm like, oh, shall I get this? No, like, run away. I don't need Knight Rider.
No, you don't need Knight Rider.
But Then
unless you're gonna find yourself on an alien world surrounded by an egomaniacal planet.
But no, I was like, oh, I forgot I had this, and I was like, I can't believe I've got this pack still packaged up.
All right, on to the Taskmaster.
Okay.
All right, looks like class is in session.
Okay, here we go.
Remember, Tony, you're not in charge.
Tell me what you think of this.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that didn't belong to anybody.
We got these, is they super soldiers? Ooh.
Yeah, they're super soldiers, but they go down easily enough.
Ooh, don't fit now.
Oops.
Power. Ooh, that dodge is pretty useful at this point.
Yeah, it is. Him and the Rhino fight. You jerk.
Oh, that worked alright then. There we go.
Oop, inventory's full.
With the war machine.
Oh, I forgot my
Yeah,
inventory.
Luke Cage doesn't need his wristbands.
Right.
I think I'm gonna quickly duck back to Avengers Tower and sell off a bunch of stuff.
Oh, there's me just randomly just deleting anything that I don't want.
That works too.
Since I've never used any of the credits I've ever used.
Yeah, but now that the game's fully released, you kind of do need to get those credits so you can get the upgrades to your crafters back at the base.
Right. Okay, on that note, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to end this live stream right now. Thank you very much for watching. Join us next week when we will be doing some more talking about this on our Infinity and Beyond podcast. But on that note, guys, thank you very much for watching. We shall see you guys soon. Later.